Happy Easter! I'm gonna make something quick and easy, and I just felt like I should share it with you because it's delicious, it's not nutritious, but it's fun, it's good for holidays, and we're about to Easter this up. I want to go ahead and get straight into this because I have a double boiler going. If you can't hear it boiling, the water's ready. I wanted to drop some of my white almond bark. It's vanilla flavor. You can use the little vanilla melting chips. You can use basically any form of coating chocolate that you want, but I choose to use this just because, oh Lord, I got it at Aldi. Y'all already know Aldi's my thing. So I want to get that in here, and then we'll talk more about this double boiler I have going on. So I just put it down to medium because it's already boiling. I don't have to keep it going crazy. But if you want to see, I basically took the smaller pot, filled it up about halfway with water. It's going. Stick my other pot right there inside of it. So that way I don't have a direct heat on this chocolate because I don't want to scorch it. So now I just got this secondary heat from the boiling water that's already doing a good job with melting this chocolate. I don't need to be crazy attentive. I do want to stir it just to get even melting going on, but I'm not concerned with the chocolate getting burnt or stuck to the pan or anything like that because it's on the double boiler. So let's get you a little closer look at what's going on in here. If you can tell the bottom of this where it's already right there on the water, it's getting melty already. So I just want to continue to move this around so all pieces can get melted. So now that I've gotten this out of the way, because it was just for me was such an urgent matter to get this going before we continue to talk, let's talk about what we're gonna make. I call it Yum Yum Mix. Now, the history of where I learned about this was when I used to be a swim coach. I had a family that made this kind of a Chex Mix, sweet Chex Mix during Christmas time. And they used a combination of corn Chex and rice Chex. They added cocktail salted peanuts and usually mini M&Ms, and that's it. Then you put all that stuff together, you coat it with the melted white chocolate, and you put it out on parchment paper just to let it dry, and then it kind of clusters together. You can break it up as much as you want to, and it's delicious and it's amazing. Sometimes people add a little bit of veggie oil to this chocolate mix just to make it a little bit more smooth, but this is not necessary because this is already made for melting and coating, so I don't need to do anything else besides just melt it. So let's talk about Easter. Some people don't know, Easter is my favorite holiday. So I'm making it big. Most people would say their favorite holiday is Christmas, and I understand that, and I do enjoy Christmas as well. But Easter for me is so exciting because, number one, I love the warmer weather. I love the new life that's coming. I love seeing the blooms and the tulips and the trees budding and the blossoms going everywhere. So for me, I just feel like it's that season of new life, new hope, and things are coming alive, and the dead winter cold months that I just can't tolerate are basically coming to an end. So I love Easter, and this weekend specifically is going to be a big extravaganza because you should know by now, I'm the fun aunt to my nieces and nephews. We usually have a great time, doing whatever we do, and I'm extra. I go over the top on basically whatever I end up doing, whether it's for them or myself or friends or family or whatever. I'm just an extra type person. I usually don't keep it simple, as you've seen from the way that I pack up my car when I go on road trips. I like to have fun. I like to go over the top. So why not do that again this weekend? I'm entertaining my niece and nephew from out of state, and I'm going to have both of my nieces that live nearby come and join us all for a slumber party. We have a whole agenda of things that we're going to be doing together. Number one, all of these kids are 8 and under. We have 2 8-year-olds, 1 4-year-old, 1 3-year-old, and they all absolutely adore white queso dip. I mean, who doesn't? So because I know that that's probably their favorite thing to eat out, we're specifically going on Friday evening when they get in town to have an all-you-can-eat queso fiesta. Each child gets their own bowl of queso. Again, because I'm that extra crazy over-the-top auntie. We're not sharing the cheese. Everybody gets their own. And then from there, we'll come over, we'll have a slumber party, and we have lots of activities. I have things for coloring eggs, decorating eggs, spray painting eggs, stickering up the eggs, lots of Easter things to do. We'll be getting up on Saturday morning, having Easter donuts, hopefully some protein as well. I might make them some scrambled eggs or whatever I think they'll eat in addition to the donuts. Then my dentist is amazing. Jessica, if you're watching this, I do love you, honey. And you are also an extra over-the-top person, and I adore that about you. She's a consummate professional. She does her job to the nines, and in addition, she serves the community, she loves her clients, and she's hosting an Easter egg, Easter party, Easter bunny photo, face paint extravaganza. It's been, the last time she got to do this, pre-COVID, the same family from out of town was also in town. So it ended up that now they're gonna be here again this year, and we get to go to her event again together, so it's almost like our little tradition. So Friday night queso, come home, decorate eggs. Saturday we got the Easter egg party with the dentist office. And then Sunday we go to church, praise God, Jesus is alive, we're thankful, and you know, Jesus is the reason for the season. So without him, we wouldn't even be having this party. So we're gonna be praising Jesus. I'll tell you another side story about that here in a second. I'm just excited about it, but I need to get through this. Then we go to a big family party in the country, 7, 8 acres of land, scattering the eggs everywhere, tons of food. I'll send pics. I'm telling you, again, I'm from a family who does things big. We're not even from Texas, but we still do them big. We'll be making lots of fun, yummy desserts, ham, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. I'm making a famous coleslaw recipe from a friend from Hawaii. I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. But this little treat, it's just a treat, it's a picky pick. We're gonna be putting it together for the children and for the adults. I'm gonna have it at my house. So when people come over, honey, I'm gonna have all the stuff spread around. We got candy, we got baskets, we got grass, we got snacks, we got eggs to decorate, and when they come to Auntie's house, they're gonna get spoiled. So I wanna put this together in advance, so when they get here, they'll have it, they can munch on it, and we're gonna make enough to take with us for our Sunday family party as well, so that all the adults can enjoy it while we're there. So we already kind of went through the ingredients list. It's basic, and I'm gonna make this in little batches so I can make sure that every piece gets some white chocolate coated on it, and if I put everything in the bowl at the same time, it's gonna be a little difficult to mix, etc. My chocolate is completely melted now, so I'm gonna go ahead and start blending these other ingredients together. So there is no measurement. Once upon a time, I decided that it should be so many cups of this, so many cups of that, but today I decided I just wanna use up all these ingredients. So I'm gonna go through both boxes of cereal. I bought 2 bags of Easter M&Ms because I want them to be those pastel colors because it's festive. A whole 1-pound container of the cocktail peanuts. And then just to be fun, I'm gonna throw in some leftover candy that I've already opened. Whoever opened it and got into it. Hershey Easter eggs, hard shell, and the Cadbury. These are absolutely my favorite. So if you didn't know these things about me, my favorite holiday is Easter, and my favorite candy are these purple bagged milk chocolate mini eggs from Cadbury. So I'm just gonna kind of throw this all together a little bit at a time, mix up the white chocolate in here, and then I'm gonna spread it out. So I pre-sanitized my counter before I got on the video. And I'm gonna go ahead before I mix any more, and I'm gonna lay out my parchment paper so that way after I get all this done, this will be ready for me to lay out the mix. And I'm gonna tape this to the counter because this usually has a tendency to curl up and around. That piece is too small. I knew this was about to be in, so I'm gonna use this wax paper that I have. So I have tape, I have the wax paper, and I'm just gonna make this as much as my counter space as possible. Because, I mean, this will dry in probably 10 minutes, but I can leave it here as long as I want to until I'm ready to put it in containers. So I get this big strip out there. Tape that side down. And then I'm gonna go in with one more. Make it double wide. So double wide strip of the wax paper. And do you see what I'm saying? How this just likes to roll up on its own because it's been all rolled up and it just wants to stay rolled up, but not today. We're gonna learn a new way. So I just overlapped it a little bit. Have it going over the edge of my counter. Now I'm gonna tape this together. And we are ready to mix it up. And then as soon as we do, I'll lay it out here and spread it out. So I got about half and half of the rice and corn Chex. I'm gonna put about half of this container of peanuts. Pop them in there. And then I'll go ahead and put one full bag of M&Ms, and then we'll do this in 2 batches. So, oh, this is gonna be so pretty! We'll talk about different ways that we can mix this up in a minute. I'm gonna use this, but just to get this dry stuff, I'm gonna kind of blend it so it's not mixing M&Ms on top. I really don't, if I have a preference, want that hot white milk chocolate to hit the M&Ms right away. Usually it doesn't really do anything, but if I can help it, I don't want to get those M&Ms too melty. So here we go. The bottom is dripping a little bit, so I'm just going to try to avoid that water, or I'll get a towel. I'm going to wipe off the bottom of this so I don't drip around too much. And I'm just going to kind of drizzle this in, but I'm going to save half of it for my next batch. So back on the water. And then here we are. So I got all these stuff going on in here, the white chocolate, and I'm just gonna mix it all together so it can get coated. So the cereal's getting coated, the peanuts are gonna get coated, and then we'll have little chunks, like I said, just kind of all stick together, and then we can break it apart how we want to. So before I talk about how I'm gonna package this, let's get back to where I stopped myself in talking about Jesus is the reason for the season. So last year I was driving to church with one of my nieces, and we were talking about the whole point of Easter and Jesus coming to basically pay for our sins, and he died on the cross, but guess what? He's not dead, he's alive, and because of him we have a hope for a future, and we get to go to heaven and be with him and all of our loved ones that's gone before us. And so her statement, after we kind of went through the details, and you know, I'm not a woman of few words. So of course I probably gave her a super long explanation, and we talked about it and all this, but I loved her response, and it stuck with me even to today. After I got done running my mouth about Jesus and dying and the sacrifice and amazingness and Easter, blah, 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 she says, "That's a big deal." I said, "Yes, it's a big deal. It's a big deal." And it's exciting. It's like, I just wanted to run around and scream, "It's a big deal. Everybody, Easter's a big deal." It is a big deal. I mean, seriously, think about it. Without Easter, what hope do we have? Hello, we're alive. Jesus is alive. He lives inside of me. Praise God. And it's a big deal. Look at this. Let's talk what else is a big deal. This amazing Yum Yum mix. Honey, it's a big deal. It's so good. It's not over-coated because we got a lot of other sweetness stuff going on in here. And I did not mix in my other candies on that batch, so I'll do that on the one that I'm about to mix up. But isn't that amazing? Beautiful, lovely. All right, let's do it again. Let's get this next batch mixed up. See if you guys can get a good view of that. Go down, there we go. So like I said, I'm just gonna try to use up all my ingredients. So there goes the rest of the cornflakes. Use up the rest of the rice. Oh my word, we're gonna have so much going on in here. I might have to melt some more chocolate. I'm just feeling like I'm not gonna have enough. I'll do my best. The M&Ms. And this time we're gonna put in the Cadbury. Oh yeah. Loving it. And a few little Hershey ones that I have left too. I like these, they're good. These hard outside candies are different than the shell on the Cadbury, but they both good and I like them both. So we're just trying to get this semi-blended together. I can already tell this is gonna be a little much. So, let me give myself some relief. Let me dump some of this in here so I'll have some space to mix in the white chocolate without going crazy. So that's gonna buy me some time. Get that back in there. All right. Now, let's add the white chocolate. Hope that I have enough. Okay. Here we go. I'll scrape it. Get that going in there. And there's a little bit left I might save for that little small batch that I got going on. And now we gotta mix. And hopefully get this coated as much as possible. I feel like I'm a little thin on the white chocolate. I might need to go melt some more just so this will all get some on there. But I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make this work. It's gonna be so yummy. So, now that we got this going, so, you know, this is probably, well, I don't want to say it's the first time I've done this to Easter, but typically, like I said, this is something I do at Christmas. I make the sweet Chex Mix and I make the salty Chex Mix. And I actually had the Chex Mix in my pantry from where I bought them for the winter season, because usually when it comes to snow or whatever, I like to be able to make Chex Mix. So I've always had my ingredients on hand. Some people go to buy toilet paper and water when they know a storm is coming. No, I go to buy my Chex Mix and all that kind of yummy stuff. Stuff to make chili, you know, the good stuff. So now I'm going to pour that out onto my cooling area. And let's see if I can get some coating on that little batch that we had left, and then we're gonna call it a day. Then we'll talk about the packaging that I have. You can present this however you want to, but you know, the funner the better. So if you're giving this away, you could individually put it like in little Ziploc bags. You can get those little party bags that have themes on there for like kids' birthdays and stuff. You can put it in a bowl. You can put it in a saver, like a Ziploc container with a lid if you're delivering it to somebody. I'm mostly going to be sitting these around my house. Yesterday I was at Home Goods and I saw these little, I guess they're just like little small kind of thick paper cupcake holders. And so I thought about that, but like the container of them was like $10. I'm like, forget it. I already got cute little ramekins. They were like ramekin size or whatever. So I can set those out however I want to, but I'm actually going to be using, that's good and coated. I'm going to be using these Easter baskets. So this year, the Easter basket award winner was the Dollar Tree. They had some of the cutest Easter baskets for $1.25. I'm not hating on them for having to go up 25% on their cost, because I honestly look around that store and I just don't know how they've been charging us only $1 for all those things anyways. I feel like that's insane. So $1.25 I think is more than fair for what I'm buying at the Dollar Tree. Now, let me get rid of some of these dishes, get some of this rubbish out of the way, and I'll show you what I'm gonna be putting mine in. So, here's my fingers. I got some chocolate on there. All right, so this year I'm going to be packaging my Yum Yum mix inside of different baskets. Some that I got at the Dollar Tree and some that I didn't, but I'll show you what I got going on here. So, all this Yum Yum mix I'm going to be putting inside of this little Easter bucket, $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Isn't it perfect? And they had all kinds of these. I mean, literally, I had probably a choice of 10 different things to buy from there. They had ones that look like ducks, ones that look like sharks, all kinds of different ones. If you don't know this about me, also, I love to buy napkins, festive napkins. I got these at either Marshall's or Home Goods. He is risen, such a little cute little sparkly spring design. I am excited about it. Basically, some of my favorite elements of Easter all here on one napkin. And I'm gonna line these baskets with the napkins and just dump some Yum Yum mix in there. I also have this one. I don't know if I'll use that, but it's just there to show off at this point. So there you have it, folks. The quick, the easy, the Yum Yum. And it's a big deal. Jesus, a big deal. Happy Easter.